Welcome to the 1204. Nafisa London, her husband was a subscriber. The thing about YouTube subscribers, majority of them are stone cold fanatics. They literally worship the people they are subscribed to. For a example, if you go on Nafisa's page, you will see her subscribers, the ones who are there anyway. They are loyal. But believe me on this one, yeah, Nafisa does control her comment section, because I used to believe I was the only person who saw through her. There's quite a lot of people that see through her, but she only selects the comments of people who are willing to be fanatics. Her husband was a fanatic. She married a fanatic only for the fanatic to walk away from her. Think about it. How bad do you have to be for a fanatic to dump you? How can a fanatic dump you? That's crazy. How could somebody who is subscribed to you marry you and then all of a sudden not only stop being a fanatic but stop being your husband? and and I'm gonna say this because this is fair game. Nafisa is not even attractive. Now, what she has been doing, she's someone that appears to be attractive. And to be fair, that's with a lot of women, to be fair. But what she does is she will wear certain clothes and she will put on that ugly scarf around her face and head. And then she'll put makeup on or whatever. And then she has the appearance of someone that's pretty. But if you see her in her videos, especially when she's working out, and you see her with her makeup on, she's not even attractive. She's quite broad-shouldered and tall and manly looking, with a big face. Like, she could actually pass for a transgender, and I'm not being funny. Without makeup and that, she is very, very average looking. You know, and then you look at her body now, she doesn't have any shape at all. You know, she just doesn't have any curves or anything like that. You know, I've been to Nigeria before. I've seen Fulani women, like, proper. I'm telling you right now. I've dated Fulani women who are much more better looking than Nafisa. You know, they're gorgeous as well. Nafisa is not all that. But you got to remember, these guys on her page are so thirsty. They are so thirsty, it's unbelievable. Now, her husband, he was a thirsty subscriber. But the difference with her husband was he was a very good looking man. So he did not have to put up with her. You know, he was thirsty, but he didn't have to. You know, he had other options of drinks to drink from. Whereas if you see some of the men on her page who are messaging her, "Oh, you're so beautiful," and they're literally licking her ass. you will see how these guys look. These guys look like uncles. And these are like Yoruba uncles, even some Igbo uncles. And let me ask you, fanatic, something. Do you think if you guys say stuff like, do you think if you tell Nafisa how beautiful she is, do you think that's going to make her feel like, oh, okay, he said I'm beautiful. Do you know what? Thank you very much. That's so nice. Now let me go on a date with you. Don't you know this woman's a narcissist and she will not even look twice at you on the streets? She's the kind of person, if you was to approach her for a picture, she will look you up and down and walk off. Nafisa is fake. You know, I won't be surprised if this woman, she's the kind of woman that will tell you that she doesn't have female friends. Honestly, think about this right now, yeah? She couldn't get a Arab man because one, Arab guys, especially the good looking ones, they are not gonna go for her. Do you know why? Because she's black. So she likes to play the Miss Arab chick with, you know, with black people, but she couldn't do that to the Arabs because she would get a nigger wake up call. Because I'm not being funny. She, you know, she can surround herself with black people and she can stand out. Go over to Saudi Arabia and try to tell them that your dad was an Arab or your granddad was an Arab, and let's see how that works. These people do not care. Honestly speaking, the face is not all that. Look at her properly. Honestly speaking, in the black community, we don't know how to judge. We do not know how to judge beauty. She is not all that at all. He said a lot of it is just, it's an illusion what she's doing with the makeup and with that ugly scarf around her head, taking pictures from certain angles or whatever. Her side profile is nuts. Her face is a bit nuts. Look at her face with no makeup. She looks like a pig. You know, like you guys need to stop gassing her up. You need to stop gassing this chick up. And her content is effing boring. She'll be in a car talking for hours or just talking crap. I only watch it because I find her entertaining how self absorbed and how narcissistic she is without her even realizing it. And it just creates great car crash television. You know, it creates real car crash television. Because also as well, I will tell you why, she is where she is. And that's because you black women have caused this. You Nigerian chicks have created this ugly monster, Nafisa. Let me tell you why. I've noticed, yeah, over the years, for a example, if a American man says, oh, Nigerians all look the same, Nigerians are blah blah blah, or they got tough hair. When they say that, yeah, you will get so if someone says Nigerians have short hair or whatever, short tough hair, you will get a Nigerian girl that would point to someone like an Nafisa and say, well, in Nigeria we have different looks. We have Fulani people who are light skinned and who have long hair. And I'm trying to explain to them that Original Fulani people who are full black, yeah, with no Arab mixture inside them, are not going to have hair like that. That's the truth of it. They are not going to look like that. Nafisa, it's obviously been mixed down with something. So black women like to live vicariously through the Nafisas of this world. You know, if people talk about black women wearing blonde wigs, they will point to some black people in Solomon Islands and say, well, look, we can have blonde hair because those black people over there have blonde hair. You know, so because now they will point to people like Nafisa and say, look, she's a Nigerian, we can have long hair too because we've all got different looks. All that does is inflate the ego of Nafisa. It's the same thing Somalian girls do. Somalian girls do not want to be called black girls. They see themselves as Arabs. Black women have to stop with the weaving. I'm being serious. Stop with the weaving. Because every time you put that shit on your head, because in the beginning, Nafisa was not showing this her hair. It was all wrapped up in that scarf. It was only when she saw how black girls was not showing their hair and how black girls were always wearing weaves, that's when she decided to get this her straight hair out and start flaunting it in the camera and showing that, do you know what? I'm not like those black girls. I don't have to put this on my hair. Black women have to embrace the way they look. Because every time you put on that shit on your head, all you're doing is inflating the ego of women who don't have to wear that. And you open up the door for women like Nafisa to be disrespecting you. Like I've been to Nigeria before. I've dated like chicks in the Igbo villages with bald heads who were drop dead gorgeous. You don't need to put somebody else's hair on your head to make you good looking. Because guess what, yeah? Black women were wearing their own hair. This troll Nafisa, this ugly Fulani will not even have the audacity to even talk about you guys' hair. Honestly speaking, Nafisa is not all that. I know some real African chicks who look much better than that, and they're not mixed down with any Arab. Because with me, yeah, I have a saying: if you're not pretty without no makeup, then you're not pretty at all. And that applies to Nafisa. Like, if she could, she would be with an Arab man or a Turkish man or somebody from those countries. They wouldn't go for her because there's much better looking women. And by the way, Arab men don't even respect black chicks, and they're not gonna give her a pass. They're not gonna give her a pass because she's got Arab in her. As far as they're concerned, she's just a nigger whore. And how old is this chick anyway? This Nafisa, how old is she? Like, if she went to Nigeria, no Hausa man or Fulani man will marry her because she's old. Like, I know in those cultures there, they like to marry younger girls. And she just doesn't fit the bill. What she will do is, I'm telling you right now, Don't be surprised if she marries one of those simps on her page, one of those uncles with the crocodile shoes. I think that's the best bet for her because those guys can worship the ground she walks on and ass lick her because she's not going to get that in any Arab country. Because those Arab men beat their wives, they will whoop your ass. So she's going to have to get somebody who's in awe of her. And he won't be no Arab.